Welcome, friends. Happy fall. Are you guys so excited? Look what I got done. The tomato row is all cleared out, pretty much weeded. There's a few little weeds in there I need to get out. And the cabbage row and potato row back there is all cleared out. I got one of the cucumber beds weeded. But yeah, I need to wrap up. I'm hands off of my garden starting this fall to next fall. But there's a few things I need to get out of the garden still, and one of those are these two beds, sweet potatoes. We're gonna be harvesting. It's just me and you guys today. Poor Todd has hurt his back pretty good, so nothing serious. He'll work it out with some rest and torsion or something, just getting the right work with his chiropractor. So just me and you, the annual sweet potato harvest. I can't wait. We're gonna get in here and see how did they do growing them in raised beds for the first time. I've never done it before. I'm not expecting anything dramatically different, but hopefully that we got some good sweet potatoes. So first thing I got to do though is cut all these greens out. Just sitting here thinking, maybe you guys know better than I do. Is this my third year growing sweet potatoes or fourth year? I don't know, but it's not been that long when I learned that I could grow. I'm in Michigan, by the way, if you're new here. When I learned I could grow sweet potatoes, you know, it's something that you usually attribute to the South. And, I can feel them. And I've had some pretty darn good sweet potato harvest, growing them typically Ruth Stout method. And I just, in garden planning this year, I wanted to try them and just see how it did in my raised beds. And I just need to provide a disclaimer, not so much for you guys, but for me. So Rachel, you only fertilized them once. You rarely watered your garden this year. You certainly didn't do a good job keeping up with weeding. So give yourself grace if they're not big, I guess. Oh, that's a cute one. So want to see. I'll bring you guys down here while I'm harvesting this first plant. Ooh, come on over here. Okay. Yeah, they're little bitty. But I'm not going to ever judge based off just, oh, nice one. Just off one plant. Nice one. These are Beauregard is the variety I grow. And I typically, I have canned them once and found, you know, they're good for basically anything that you would use mashed sweet potatoes for, but they would not hold a firm texture to use for other purposes other than something that you were going to otherwise mash. So nothing else in this one. I did bring my tool out here with me somewhere just to make sure. Yeah, nothing else. All right, that's one plant. Also, so I often get comments on my sweet potato harvest videos, like leaving things around. They will not, at least in our climate anyway, they're not going to reroot like a normal standard baking potato and grow more sweet potatoes next year. These will just rot in the ground. They're a tropical plant, so they can't overwinter like a normal potato would. So anything like this, like roots and stuff, I just leave to break down in the soil. But you do want to be careful when you're harvesting them because you don't want to, you try not to break them. Oh, nice. And try not to nick them so that they store really well. I had to turn off the camera because I needed to get my, I don't know, just think. This garden soil, weird. It's awful. I don't know how to say it any other way. I have to go back and see what happened. Like I've literally this entire time, and I'm down to like the last 2 plants to harvest, I have seen 1 earthworm. That means like basically this garden bed is dead. There's nothing living about it. It's like moon dust. I don't know. It's like hard as concrete to break through. There's nothing alive in it, like nothing. It is just dead soil. And I have not put anything from outside with respect to compost or mulch on this bed, just my own, chicken run compost in the spring. Last fall I did the grass clippings and leaves. It's bizarre to me, like what happened. Really, really bizarre. I mean, other than I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I didn't manage the garden very well this year, because I was just busy. But I mean, you saw the sweet potato vines at the same time are like act as their own natural covering. So, I mean, like I am like busting my hand trying to get through this. It is like concrete. So I'm not going to do that bed behind me because I've like already tweaked my back just trying to get in here and dig these out. But I have gotten some really nice sweet potatoes. Now, to be fair, they're almost all just normal, small, average, organic size sweet potatoes. But we do have some really nice ones too. So this is this basket that I'll fill up with this last little bit. And then I'm glad I'm taking next year off because I really need to restore all of the garden beds. And you guys are probably sick of me talking about it, but it's so important to me that I'm looking at this and going, you've given everything that you have to give. You need a complete restoration. And I know I'm going to get lots of comments like, if you would just do Charles Daldine's method. Yes, but Charles Daldine has a staff. He has, that's what he does for a living. And some of us that work full time, it's a lot to put into, being able to manage such good practices. I guess I'll say it like that. Don't doubt that it works wonderfully. And I do my best with the time that I have, right? And this was just a different year for me in life. And we didn't get to do all the natural care that the garden should have had. So I'm glad she's getting a break. And she can heal and bring all the life back to her, take a nice rest next year. And oh my God, like I literally feel like I'm chopping into concrete. Oh my gosh, I've never, and if you guys are not new here, you've never, like even in my in-ground beds, never seen me have to dig so hard. Weird. It's like something came in and robbed all the moisture and life out of this bed. Weird, weird, weird. Oh, good gosh. I just wanted to like think about it for a bit off camera, and I don't know. So I have no idea what it was. Other than it's been pretty dry. And we had a pretty dry summer. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I could just be weak though from cleaning out all the garden too. That this feels harder than it is, but I don't know. Yeah, I think we're done. I think I've got everything that's in this bed is coming out. Oh, I got a big chunk of soil concrete here. Okay. There's a lot of roly-polies in here. Not a lot, like I would see in my Ruth Stout garden beds, but I have seen roly-polies. Weird. Oops, sorry, sweet potato. All right, well, let's just, I don't know that I'm gonna get you guys back out here because I still have so much to do in the house. Just in case. Say bye to the garden. I will bring you guys out here for sure next year and show you what comes back on its own. What does a good volunteer garden look like? And but yeah, I picked the last of the peppers, the last of the tomatoes. There's a little bit of spinach and beets over there I got to pull out, and then this bed of sweet potatoes, and then everything gets a nice blanket and goes to bed for the winter. So I think what I'm doing this year a little bit differently than normal is because I had such bad weed pressure this year, I'm gonna cardboard everything and then do the mulch. We'll use the barn clean out from the goats again this year, and that'll be its big deep blanket for the next year. So totally different sweet potato video than I've ever done before. They're usually like Christmas morning for me, and this one's pretty sad. I mean, we got some good sweet potatoes. I'm not gonna complain, so happy with that, but I'm sad about my garden bed. And I'm sorry I couldn't bring you guys to get that one. Follow us over on Instagram. I'll be sure to post a picture when I get that one in. And yeah, Beauregard sweet potatoes. They need at least 100 days of growing season. Mine have probably been in the ground right at 120 days. So see you guys on the next video.